Here we go, lads! Very different tournament. Wacky Pandamonium, where we do 3v3, but in 1v1 where characters have builds, have setups, and I just realized the overlay doesn't let you see that. Oh no. Oh no, I've never had to worry about this before. Oh, I don't know what to do. Can I raise it a bit? Maybe I could raise it a bit. We'll do this. We'll do this. It's a little messy. No, you can see the health bar. Oh no, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. That's a weird one. That's a weird one. I'll sort that out later. I'll sort that out later. But Xandra is gonna be on the Eno, right? So great to see her come back. I couldn't pass it yet. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Let's see. But we are seeing Xandra on the Eno running a very strange build, opting for speed. And I believe that's chip damage on block and healing over time with counter hit damage oomph, right? And Ram is running, from what I'm seeing, it appears to be a counter hit build with meter build over time. So Sun got a killer build on Ram where it's focused solely on meter and damage, whereas the Eno's doing a lot of build up, healing, and speed. So there's two different main games going on here when it comes to the build. It's very, very different. Very, very different. And he's fucking A's. Wow, that was fast actually. Sun gonna be taking that first game. Lickety split as I'm in a mess. Heading right back into it. So far, Sun is the name stint swap, unless I'm stupid. Xandra is off to a pretty good start in this round. In the previous one, Sun was a little bit steamrolly with that high damage and meter, but we're seeing how damaging it can be utilizing the poison on Eno. But getting a massive throw here, gets the corner, solid pickup. Should be able to send you through. And positive bonus is also very scary in this mode because there's ways to make it last longer. And positive bonus is already like a godlike tool in the game. Make it last longer, that's gross. I think that might be what Sun's running, but I can't tell. Backing up, sends the sword toss, gets in, gets the far slash, keep the pressure on. Xandra try keep it safe in the corner, gets caught by the low into the combo pickup. Bit of a turnaround by Sun there. Yeah, for some reason it didn't update. Very, very peculiar. Yeah, my overlay and everything is just messed up right there. Nice, good combo. Should be able to take you to the wall, send you through. Decent 40% chunk. And Xandra, look at keep it calm, denies the airspace, gets in, does have the corner lock. The poison is stacking up. Health is very low for the side of the Sun. Sun gonna have to defend well, gets at the corner, but the 6p to deny. Good OS from Xandra. And I'm still sussing out how to make this scoreboard have a bit of opacity to it. I could maybe put on a filter. Could do that. Nice, good pressure. Good 6p, escape the sword. Going for the slappies, 2k2d. Sun getting caught by the overhead, but the burst to deny. Xandra does have burst on her side. However, utilize it's going to be a different matter when the health is getting so low. But do keep in mind, Xandra does have healing over time. It may be small, but it could be effective in other moments, right? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But Sun, going up 2-0 in this set, looking pretty solid as always. Alright, heading into it. 2-0 Sun, looking to take the advantage. Only needs one more game, getting a decent hit here. And one thing to note about taking the speed that Xandra has, having the speed means that you have 0 defense rating. So you've got about average defense, I think, compared to like the base roster of the game. However, because of that, you're up against someone that's having way more damage. So she's trying to counteract that with the healing over time. That's what we're seeing. And it's coming into play. Look at that. There's a decent bit of health coming in. Good block. Backing up. Try to play it cool. Good denial of the airspace. Sun. No. Oh, you can't 6p that. That's JH. 1v1, 3v3, don't matter. Ram JH. Disgusting. Retreating JS's, denies it with the chemicals, gets the throw. Actually, quite a bit of damage on that throw. Why is the chemical green? Ah, I've modded it. I like green, okay? Don't judge me. Nice. Eee, for the wall. Decide to play it cool. Gets under with the stroke! Okay, Xandra striking back, taking a very important round as the comeback is cemented, but that burst advantage still on the side of Sun. Oh, he strokes under! Salt hit. Should be able to get some solid damage off this. Xandra went for the throw, but a good backdash for sure. Also, another thing you've got to keep in mind about this game mode, the wall has more health. Slightly more health than it usually does. So you have to end combos with supers a little earlier than usual. And we're seeing that from Sun. Sun gonna be taking the first set 3-0 with damage ram. Or meter ram. Either or. Here we go, the next winner set. We got Vena on the left. I mean, mind you change your opacity. Gecko, help me out. With RubyPrison on the right. Gonna be an exciting set for sure. Elphelt versus Asuka. Neat thing about it, from what we're seeing to do with the builds, Asuka is running a movement-based, meter-dependent Asuka. He gets more health over time, and he gets more burst over time, and he has 2 air dashes and a faster movement speed. But because of that, he sacrifices damage and defense, meaning if he gets caught, beyond death. And Elphelt here is running a very damage-based health over time, I think a counter-hit based one, and a poison based one. So this is a damage-based Elphelt, right? There's 2 different builds going on here. One focusing on get off me, I'm escaping, the other one focus on I'm gonna hurt you, I'm gonna kill you. So it's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. But we're seeing that RubyPrison, if she does manage to get in, can kill. So that is the main goal, whereas Asuka, Vena's Asuka, is looking to run away, play patient, make use of resources, and build up through stalling, which is very exciting. It's very different. However, no mana means death in this game mode. You have to be careful about the mana. If you get to no mana, you've got to stall like mad. And we're seeing that from Vena. My goodness, look at the stalling. Look at the stalling. He's just jumping about. What do you do? Don't get negative penalty, please. And keep in mind, Vena went from a critical health point to actually healed up a decent bit. Nice, good hit. Beautifully done. RubyPrison chases for the kill. Able to stop the escaping Vena. Gotta go up 1-0, but do keep in mind, people can change builds on a loss. So, here's hoping. To it. Vena opting to change the build a little bit. I do recognise we've got the double air dashes, but we've changed the movement speed for something else. I can't quite tell what that symbol is at the top left. It's like a man getting ascended, like some type of godhood. I don't know, but the defense is there. I think that's what Vena's going for. A bit more of a defensive build from what we're seeing. Oh, backing up. Playing it cool. And I was wrong on Elphelt's build here. Apparently it's a longer positive bonus. So breaking a wall leads to more meter gain and burst gain as well, which is quite mad. A good cash out here for Vena. Should be able to send you through the wall with the super. And now it does appear Ruby is in a bit of a backhand, has to defend with the bar. Good 6p to deny. However, because now we have defense, Vena can actually take these hits with mana compared to being like a normal health character. Very nice. Pressure on RC. YRC baited! And that should be death. But we are seeing that Vena's health changes definitely coming into play. A little bit more tanky. I can take a bit more hits. Nice. Sending out the projectiles, holding it down, but a good denial to get in. RubyPrison starting the offense. Denied with the screamer. The pressure is on. A lot of meter build. Now, the questionable thing about Vena's build is that his damage isn't going to be that high. Like, don't get me wrong, in Skeleton Gear you'll still always do high damage. But he's not going to be hitting as hard as this game mode allows for, right? This game mode allows for insanely high damage with the right builds. So I'm kind of curious to see if longevity can do well against damage. And we are seeing that it can at points. It really can. If Elphelt doesn't get a turn, then you don't get to see it, right? Oh, good 6p. Goes for the deflect, pushing you back. Denial with the 6ps. Yeah, again, we're seeing 6ps work wonders for RubyPrison. Just sending it, denying the airspace. Going low. Nice! Oh my god, that breaks the mana. However, because of the defense rating, actually doesn't matter. RubyPrison can go up 2-0. Maybe Vena will change about the build again. Who knows? But it's looking a bit dire for our Magic Man. Alright, back into it. And we're seeing Vena's change the build again. Oh my god, still keeping the air dashes. Enjoys that air stalling. Why is Gecko DQ'd? I'll fix that, don't you worry. But the interesting thing, when we take a look at the build here, we're seeing that it's focused solely on meter gain, right? The tension rise, as you can see, getting so much just from the passive. And health is also rising, burst is also rising, so this is a resource-heavy defensive build. However, Elphelt still chipping away at that health bar. RubyPrison taking a massive lead here. No mana. Fends out, YRC, push you back. Oh, denies the airspace! Yeah, and that should be death. Okay, so we're seeing longevity in this game mode. It's a bit difficult to withhold. We are seeing this. We are seeing this. It's a little difficult to hold down. Nice. Solid combo here, breaking away at the health. But however, that passive health regen might be very good. If Vena can delay to a solid point, we are going to see that health get to a scary point yet again. And we're seeing RubyPrison go for the wall. Got the auto mana regen, everything's going Vena's way, but it's all about getting the cards. So your life goes for a BRC. My goodness, the meter game. What do you do? What do you do in this game, bro? What is the objective? Is it damage? Is it meter? Is it health? I don't know. Nice. Solid. Getting some solid hits here. Able to convert off of it well enough, and does have the meter gain because a lot of these tools. However, RubyPrison does have a bar, so can't take any knockdown for granted. Gets the 2D solid pickup. Should be able to break the wall. No! The low gravity. Didn't actually get any good gravity on that. I'm kind of shocked. No! Sends it back. Right side. Left side. Staggering. Does get a good hit. Went for the low, but the go burst to deny. The health is starting to regen on both sides. And Vena's at a very safe point. However, mana gone. Not so safe anymore. Oh, this is for set point. Beats the YRC again. Oh, Vena got so used to having meter it cost him, and RubyPrison punished that. Beautifully done, as you'll be heading to Winners Finals. Oh, on the Johnny, not running ABBA. Very curious, and we're seeing that what Gecko has been running for his tournament is basically just straight damage. It is poison, it is more counter hit damage, and health over time. Whereas we've got Mummy Shuba here running a very similar build, however, running chip damage on block. So if you aren't FDing, normals are going to deal about 4% chip damage. So this is a matter of two different builds running damage, where one of them is more of, if I hit you, you're going to take a ton. And the other one's running, if you aren't FDing, if you aren't playing to meter, I'm going to chip you out, I'm going to kill you. So two interesting damage builds that are fairly different. Yeah, you cannot be not FDing these normals. We're seeing it here. That is a decent chunk of life gone on a far slash. Keep that in mind. These are on normals. A lot of damage on normals. Nice, bring you down to earth. Staggering with the lows, gets the hit. Giovanna does have a multitude of ways of making the combo long enough for poison and matter, and ways to get counter hits as well. So playing to this build to the full potential Gecko has is a solid idea, because this is a counter hit. Oh, PRC! Nice, good combo here. Should be able to send you through the wall. Hey, beautifully done. Yeah, both of them ain't slacking in damage. It's just, you don't want to block one, and when it comes to the other one, you just don't want to get counter hit. Nice. In fact, actually, with Gecko's build, I would say they're more consistent in terms of damage, because they've got a straight damage and defense buff with the second item there. That just gives you straight up damage and defense. So in Gecko's case, his build might be a bit more consistent for hitting, where Shuba's it's mostly blocking. But we are seeing Gecko do pretty well here, only needs one more hit for the kill. But what a denial with the 6p. Shuba keeping on the pressure, does have a bar to work with, and to keep in mind, every normal is chipping, so you got FD. And that's the scary thing, Gecko has to give up meter on every blocking scenario. That is what's happening right now. Oh, the shimmy, yeah! Gold burst. Oh, denial with the close slash anti-air. That is a Johnny classic for sure. However, can't kill. No, actually can kill. That is shocking. My goodness. I wasn't expecting that. But Gecko Squirrel, down one. Shuba, up one. Alright, back into the game. We are seeing that Shuba is doing a pretty good job in making the comebacks happen. However, Gecko is pretty good at stealing the lead pretty early on, but stuck in a pretty tough predicament. Able to jump out, get the throw, poison applied. Left side. And keep in mind, poison lasts for as long as the combo lasts, and because Geo combos lasted long, both in mid screen and in the corner, that'll be strong for Giovanna. That'll be very, very strong. Johnny combos don't last as long, so I'm not too sure poison's the play for Johnny. Good burst. Beautiful sex speed. Oh, PRC combo, okay. Keep in mind, gravity is different in this game mode. Gravity is slightly different, it's a little bit more flowy. So because of that, combos can drop. Oh, beautiful throw. Oh, the shimmy! And keep in mind, counter hit damage is high. Insanely high. However, drop the combo. Gecko may have messed up because of gravity. I do not know. But something definitely messed him up here. Solid damage for the wall break. However, no meter in the bag. Nice. Try to hold the space with the 2D, gets in, but the /2 deny. That 5D RC! Oh, rough situation to be in. Johnny high-low, you ain't blocking it. Oh! What, J-kick confirmed? Goes for the throw! RC! Letting the poison do some of the work, however the passive health regen for Shuba is certainly kicking in. Can survive one more hit. Not a combo though. Oh, gets a combo! Still alive! The poison doesn't kill, keep that in mind. Poison will leave the opponent on 1 HP. You need to get that final hit in the throw! Is what's going to do it for Gecko. Taking a game, we're tying it 1-1. Alright, right back into it. We're tied 1-1. Gecko Squirrel taking the lead yet again. Does have the corner. Beautiful throw. Now, the positive about health regen for both these sides is that poison's effects are negated just slightly during a being attacked. I was experimenting during that set, hard to figure out equips. It is kind of hard, isn't it? Like, there's a lot. Like, there's some that are just straight buffs to health, defense, meter, and burst. And then there's some that are like, let's change the game up fundamentally. Characters get 2 air dashes, characters get faster speeds, character gets chip damage on normals, you know? It changes it quite a bit. You kind of wonder what would happen if a fighting game was made with this formula, you know? The buffs are very small for the most part. That's true. That is also true. But they're there, that's for sure. They are there. Goes through 2S. Right side. Aye. Aye. Oh! PRC beats the 6P. But PRC right back at ya! Goes for the throw. Blocks the overhead. Chip damage on blocks. Again, Gecko Squirrel has to give up quite the bit of meter to FD a lot of this. Right side. Woo! Look at the chip! Look at the chip! That's so high, and because of that chip, this combo kills. That wouldn't have killed without the chip. Shuba, with a clever play, playing to the build, is gaining so much advantage. Shimmy-ya! Oh, and because this is a counter hit, keep in mind that is the main focus. However, unfortunately, dropping the combo yet again. Again, maybe not used to the floatiness of 3v3. What shall we blame him? I'm not used to it. It messes up my combos as well. Good 2D. Right side. Ooh, brutal. Should be taking quite a decent bit. Ah, yeah. Yeah, Shuba just stole the win through a calculated play to the build. Chips out, gets the hit, and finishes off 2-1. Gecko could be facing elimination. Game number 4. We're about to see who's going to be eliminated and who will stay. Gecko Squirrel's going to have to work insanely hard, taking 2 games back to back. Whereas Shuba, with a bit more of a scarier build on defense, has got the lead. Oh, big throw. Nice, sends you back. Oh, gets the overhead! Aye, this should be near death with the pickup. Certainly is going to be Gecko Squirrel facing elimination. Aye, aye, aye. Oh, the challenge round start. Definitely getting the health advantage for Gecko because it was a counter hit. Another big counter hit. Again, Gecko gets a ton of damage off of counter hits. So look at that. Look how much he chunked away. That is an absurd amount on Johnny, who's still fairly tanky. Keep that in mind. This is still a fairly tanky character. You don't burst this, right? You don't burst. Yeah, you're dead. Oh my goodness. You're seeing one of the many strengths, though. Oh, gets the counter hit 2S. Shuba is also running that same counter hit buff, and Johnny's counter hits already hit pretty hard, so having access to harder hitting counter hits, very nice. God, stuck in the block string. Again, it all adds up. You see that? All that health going away on block, it all adds up in Gecko Scroll. If he gets hit with one more good hit, could be facing death. That's a counter at 2S with the bar in the back. No, does he get the kill? Still alive! The comeback is up for Gecko. A lot of damage. Left side. Drops it! Oh no! He mistimed it, unfortunately. Our celeb Gecko Squirrel knocked out of the bracket. And Shuba continues on with the chip out Johnny. Heading into DavoPotato up against Kero on the Testament. Nagoriyuki, scary stuff. And this Nago is running a very scary build. We've got oh no. We've got counter hit, we've got chip damage, and we've got poison. Look at the damage that Nago can do in this game mode. Ay ay ay. That's death. And Kero is running something that's also very interesting from what we're seeing here. I believe they're running lifesteal hits, so every time they land a hit, that's some damage, right? And if you look at the other things, there's a lot of defense in the bag. I'm pretty sure there's a longer positive bonus, chip damage on normals, and a defensive buff on the first one. So a very defensive chip damage based build, where we're based on getting health every time we land a hit. Which it could come into fruition, but right now it's not because HP is at max. And DavoPotato about to be sent through the wall, but not enough to kill. Testament, a very low damage character. Yeah, pure defense. Pure defense. Again, we don't know if the health build was going to come into play, but it could come into play later. Just not right now. Hey, Gecko! Thanks, man. Thanks for taking part, honestly. I had a ton of fun hosting this. Let me do the thing. Yeah, no, be sure to follow Gecko Squirrel. He took part today, had a ton of fun hosting this, and I'm hoping the Geo build played out for you in the way you wanted. You know, get him next time. But we're seeing a nasty build here. It is pure damage, like poison, chip on the Nagoriyuki. And for Kero, we've got a defensive build, right? We've got hits equal healing, we've got positive bonus lasts longer, chip damage on normals, and a pure defensive buff. So, looking to make Testament into a tank that can take a couple of hits. And you know what? That 2H might have killed a weaker character. Ooh. Gets 2k2d. Health point actually in a decent space. Maybe he can take an additional hit. Kero, not too worried. Oh! I mean, they could have took an additional hit. It's just unfortunate that hit leads to a combo. But DavoPotato going up 1-0 with a scary damage build. Back into it. We see that Kero does have a pretty solid build. However, Nagoriyuki does hit absurdly hard. Oh, again, the chip damage coming into play. I wonder if chip heals. I wonder. Because the hits are healing. Look at that. The health is coming back in staggers. Overhead. Unfortunately, dropped the combo. DavoPotato getting hit yet again. Put through the wall. Need me rebuttal and strike. Yo, he's just hitting Q, taking the dub. I see it. Chip doesn't heal near the projectiles. It seems like Vena has lapped this out, so that's good to know. So, then that's curious. Why would you run lifesteal on a character that can't really utilize it? That's interesting. Oh god. Gets it in 2k2d. To be fair, that is some solid healing. Is it better than health over time though? I wonder. Aye. Oh god, we are just chipping away that health bar. Bro! Oh no! Bar slash daggers. Gets the close slash counter hit. Very nicely done. Again, DavoPotato with a scary counter hit build. If any 2H lands, that's a counter. I don't know what Kero's gonna do in that scenario. Oh, overhead! Clash! Oh, he just does it again! Look at that! That was level 2 Blood Nago. That's a lot of damage for level 2 Blood Nago, by the way. That is a ton of damage. And Kero has defense modifiers. I also want you to keep that in mind. Most characters would have been deleted there, but two, DavoPotato. Headed into it, we got funny song playing, Perfection Can't Please Me. And it doesn't appear DavoPotato is already on the aggression. Keep in mind, he's up 2-0. He's on 2-0 on the dub, and the blood is high. So any of these normals will destroy you. Any counter hit is death. And Kero facing that, able to get the corner, getting back some health here and there from a couple of hits. Beautifully done. Need to see what zero defense Chip looks like on counter hit. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. He dies. Whoa, Beyblade counter hit. That's a lot of damage coming in. Oh no. Luckily not a counter hit, so not a max amount of damage to be taken. Beautifully done, backing up, tries to hold the space, teleporting about. You can't let Nago get too comfortable right now because he is healing passively. Yeah, you gotta keep that in mind. Kero getting aggressive at the correct timings. You cannot be passive against passive healing Nago. Ugh, that's so much damage! Again! Level 2 Blood Nago up against a free defense rating character. That is high. That's a lot of damage. Oh, good back throw. Xandra has entered the room, ready for her next game. Overhead. Oh, messed up the throw. Kero at 2k 2D. Aye. Oh, that's a blood pop. Ah! 5k. 5p. 6h. I wonder how much damage that does. Jeez, Blood Rage Nago in this game mode. Maybe make a build where you give yourself nothing but healing and damage and you aim to get Blood Rage. You get Blood Rage and then you just look to delete with 2 hits. It's a all-in, balls-out game plan. That'd be interesting. This actually looks so fun. It is fun! It is fun. You want to make 0 damage Slayer? Why? Pacifist run. Yeah, you play to like timer and you don't hit and you just got a ton of healing abilities. Oh my goodness. Mind of an inventor. True, son. True. 2S, 5H. Oh god, look at the damage! The 2H counter hit! Aye, blocking out. Tries to poke away. Oh, whips the 2H, and that's a beautiful kill from Kero, taking their first game, but you can see it is a struggle up against damaged Nago. Alright, 2-1, and something I just remembered is that DavoPotato, with Nagoriyuki, his command grab gives you healing with the more blood you're at. So that's another thing you've got to worry about is Kero. If you get command grabbed, not only does he have passive healing, he can heal off of that. So there's a lot of health potential in the side of Nagoriyuki. It's a very intriguing setup we've got here. Poison applied, backing up. 2k, staggering, gets a solid hit. Nago would be cool with lifesteal. Yeah, I can see it. Everything's a normal, besides clone. Command grab will probably give a ton. Yeah, that's bro. Switch out poison and lifesteal. Yeah, that just makes sense. That just makes so much sense, doesn't it? Because your combos don't last long enough for poison to be effective. That's how a poison is effective on Giovanna. She has good mid-screen combos, she has good corner combos that last a bit. So poison is amazing on Gio. Whereas a character like Nago, you know, like that's as long as the poison's gonna last. That's not very long. The damage is high, granted, but it's not very long. Oh, deflect to push you out. Goes low. Unfortunately not in space for 6H. Maybe needed a higher blood, but didn't get it. And we're chipping away at that health bar. Oh my goodness, that was all normals. That was all normals. Oh, but nice challenge out from Kero. Getting back some health. Can maybe tank an occasional hit here. I like this. Good play, good play. Solid damage on the board as well. My goodness. Oh! Couldn't tank a 5H, so 5H be 5H. 6p round start, very scary to go for, considering counter hit Nago is a thing you're up against. Again, that is a nasty amount of damage.
on a high defense character right now. Backing up. Looking for a potential jump in, blocks the overhead. Nice counter out with the 2H, but unfortunately the burst comes into play. Denying airspace, goes low, tap 5D, but you know, meter, nothing you can do with it. Neutral and hit, both of them backing up. Look at this! Oh my god, what a jump in. Kero should be able to get a solid amount off of this, keeping the stagger pressure on. Look at the chip damage! Look at the chip, that's all normals and specials! Aye. We are seeing that FD does negate the chip damage. Ooh. Right side? Yo, Kero comeback! Oh my god, Kero comeback! Up 2-2! And we're going to a final game, the first tight set of today. Heading into final game between these two tyrants. We're 2-2. And we are seeing DavoPotato switch up the songs. We've got a banger playing. Venom's theme. 10 for myself, that's the name of it. Maybe in the next one? Yeah, we were just talking. Dragon install Kai is probably very solid in this. Probably very solid in this. We are also seeing Catla wants to run Pacifist Slayer, where they do no damage, but they have a ton of healing. So they'll play it time and win through time. Which I'm like, that's insane. But Kero, oh, the comeback! My goodness, has a burst advantage as well. This is not looking good for DavoPotato, and he's on the offense trying to get those hits. Using a ton of blood, gets a counter hit, had to give up the burst there. That could have been dead. Oh, look at the chomp! He got so much healing off of that! Aye. Pressure is on, staggering away, gets the chomp. 6k does combo into chomp. That's something you gotta keep in mind, that the chomp is now godlike in this game mode, right? Not only does he heal, so playing the passive healing, super strong. It also does some good damage. It lets Nago go hog wild on the blood options, as you know. No, 2H whiffs. Also, it's final game, final round. Good 2k 2D. Right side, 2k 2D. Oh, I like the plays from Kero, just playing left side, right side, confusing DavoPotato with his pacing. Gets the low, needs an additional hit, but he's trying to fight out. And Kero, with the comeback, is beautifully done. Able to go into losers top 6 with the testament. Heading into Xandra versus Shuba. Gonna be a fun one for sure, as Xandra running the with a lot of movement speed and a lot of good damage, however, no defense. If Xandra gets caught, she's going to lose a ton of health up against the chip-based Johnny. Honestly, I'd get rid of the poison and replace that with something else, but the chip-based makes a ton of sense. We saw that add up very well against Gecko Squirrel, where after building up those normals, the next combo killed, and it wouldn't have killed if the chip wasn't there. So that's something to think about. Nice, good JD. Into the combo. Beautifully done. I see the scores didn't update. Lovely. I feel like the speed is useless on I can see it. I can can imagine the speed doesn't really come into play because it's mostly grounded speed, right? So maybe air dashing isn't as quick. Maybe it might mess up your save chance, now that I think about it. No pick throw. And it does make sense to play fully into aggression as Xeno though, due to the fact that she's not really a defensive character, you know? She doesn't really have many defensive things besides 6p and 2p. So it does make sense to go like, okay, I'm going to focus solely on my high damage. And it's working out for Xandra, she goes up 1-0. So we found out an additional layer to this game plan that makes speed actually a good play. Every time she does H-stroke, as we know it's not a plus, however the backdash is kind of like Happy Chaos backdash now, where it goes back so far, so she can actually RPS on a ton of tools due to the distancing of back. Look at that! She's gone! She's gone! However, Johnny can chase! So that was a good play from Shuba, realizing what's coming into play are these backdashes that are super strong with speed Imagine Chet with this. What do you do? Imagine Jealousy Abba with this, my goodness. But we are seeing the damage is high for Johnny. If Shuba does get a hit, it adds up. Nice. Goes for the 2k. Sends you back with a chemical. Look at that backdash! That is a godlike backdash now. That is one of the best backdashes in the game right now. Oh, beautifully done for Shuba. Tying it up in a matter of seconds, catching the backdashes, realised the game plan. Headed to the next one. Does appear that it's 1-1. And it's been very interesting. It's very interesting. The backdashing has been seeming godlike. I'm a little bit embarrassed. Hope that wasn't heard. So it's 1v1. A little bit of a back and forth, but it does appear that the comeback was on Xandra's side. Xandra is looking fantastic right now. Nice. Sends you through the wall. Shuba getting a lot of damage off. No, not a lot of damage off. Shuba losing the round. My brain's flustered. Going for the right side. Backing up. Try to play it cool. Looking for again. That's a big treat! And because of the damage point, I don't know if you want to run poison now that I think about it. Because Eno combos last quite the bit. But again, I'm still thinking about Johnny. I don't think poison's that good. I don't know. Oh, big overhead. Just like that, we're tying it up. Oh, it's a big trade. Back it up, gets the jump in. Beautiful denial. Sends you back with the deflect. Tries to play it cool. Oh, big close slash counter hit. And because of the counter hit damage, again, absurdly high. Absurdly high. Yeah, that should be death. Xandra facing defeat fairly soon. One more loss will cost it. Looking a bit scary as we're 2-1. Alright, back into it. Again, 2-1. Shuba starting to mount the comeback. Wants to try and take this set 3-1. However, as we continue on, Xandra is starting to get a bit more of a footing. It's still a wee bit awkward though, that is for sure. Good jump in. 2S. Solid combo here with the counter hit starter. Gets the JD. Nice! Should be able to send you through the wall. Ooh. Not death though. Not death. Nice 2k for the kill. Oh, I hit the wrong button. So I muted my mic, but I meant to like unmute it, but I hit stop recording, so I'm gonna have to fix that later. Nice JP. Should be death. Xandra should be able to get it, and just like that, we're tied 2-2. Yeah, something came up there. I had to mute the mic, is what it is. But my goodness, going to a final game yet again. All right, back into it. 2-2. Final game between Johnny and the Eno. Better find out who's going to break away, take the set. We're already seeing that Shuba is already stuck in the corner, has to fight his way out, and certainly does. Backing up. Again, Xandra does take a high amount of damage in this mode, so you can't be comfortable in anything that happens. But look at that, tying it up very quickly. 2KH, 2K2D into the pickup. Should be able to send you through the wall with the super. And that should be death. Passive healing is coming into play quite decently, but it's not effective enough to stop some of the poison, I would say. Like, poison looks like a pretty good passive healing killer. I feel like a lot of people are just running passive healing because it's like, this is like experimental, like people don't know what to run just yet, so they're all like, okay, passive healing isn't a bad idea, having more health in a fighting game isn't a bad idea, and we're seeing that to full effect for these two, right? They're both running it. Most people have been running passive healing today as well. Also, most people have been running poison as well. I don't think anyone's not run poison besides Vena. But Xandra takes this set, beautifully done on the Eno, continuing on to loser semis. Alright, heading into it. Next game, losers top 6, last one. We've got the build we saw earlier, Movement Asuka, right? He's gonna have so... my goodness. I have no words for what I just saw. Oh my god. The stalling capabilities of movement Asuka is absurd. But that's what we're seeing today. Movement Asuka, you've got good movement, good grounded movement, and then you've got the double air dashing slash double jumping, triple jumping, you name it. A ton of movement in the bag with this passive burst regen and passive health regen. So the main goal is if you get caught, you give up burst so you can get it back a lot quicker. Where Kero here is on the Lifesteal Testament with chip damage. So very defensive build up against a very passive build, I would say. Oh, Fire Seed. Backing up, the mana's back. Oh my god. Double air dashing is something that will always shock me about this game. Like, see that character just go from one side of the screen to the other with just absurd amounts of movement? Insane. Insane. Oh! That should be that. No, the burst gives up. I mean, not a bad idea. Your burst regen is a lot better than everybody else. Yeah. 0 damage and 0 defense. The main reason for this is when you run movement, you gain 0 attack. And then when you run double air dashing or double jumping, you gain 0 defense. So he's given up the basics of attack and damage to have stall and escape tools. And it's not a bad idea. As we're seeing, he's escaped like every scenario. It's just that the health eventually catches up to him. Yeah, do keep in mind, some items will buff things, and then some items will buff things and take away from other things. For example, some will lower your meter build rate, but will give you a higher damage rate. Yeah, it's the most Vena thing in existence. He loves playing the passive Asuka, so getting to do that a lot more often is certainly very nice. When you're out of mana, you have many escape tools on this Asuka. Oh, baited! Take go for the wall. Wait, I just realized something. The lifesteal stole some of his burst. I saw his burst go up and then down. Does lifesteal steal burst? Surely not. I'm gonna pay attention to that. I'm gonna pay attention. There's no way. There's no way to pay attention. There's no way, right? Alright, if a normal lands, look at Vena's burst, see if it goes down. It paused. It should have been going up even more. Yeah! Yeah, it steals his burst! Oh wait, no, that was Wild Assault. Wild Assault always steals burst. Yeah. But when he's getting hit, his burst should be going up even more, but it kind of stagnates every time he gets hit. Every time he's getting hit, it stagnates a little. Nice 2k2d into the wall break. Lifesteal Testament might be a bit broken. Oh, look at that. Positive bonus plus the burst regen. It's insanely good. Just comes back instantly. Oh my god, we're just jumping a bit. Goes for the gold burst. Not a bad idea, as we're seeing yet again. Burst regen is absurdly high in this build. Tap 5D. Close slash, 6k. Sends out the lightning, backing up. Again, playing a very passive build. Eventually gonna get caught though. Goes through the wall. Able to hold out. And we're hearing the choir part of this song. You don't usually hear this bit. It's never the same who wants to start loose. There can be when the violent storm is over. Oh my goodness. What do you do in Kero's situation? So far you've just been hitting and striking this guy, but he just healed back all the damage that he's taken. Look at that. Look at that. He can play for the time. He doesn't even need to win here. He just play for time. Vena plays the time with the movement and health build. My goodness, what does Kero do to chase? Alright, heading right back into it. We saw a timeout. You don't see timeouts. My goodness. Vena up 1 with a passive regen build. Making it scary for Kero. Kero's starting to realize they're not against the life bar. They're against the clock, right? It's all about you gotta kill this man before he builds back up. Because we're already seeing he's about to steal a life lead simply through regenerate. Oh my goodness. Through the wall. Could have slumped it, but decides not to. Nice. Getting a lot of damage off this. 2H. 5k into the wall break. Yeah, look at that. It's almost like he never got it. I swear down lifesteal. I swear down lifesteal is like stop and burst. I swear. In fact, no, best way to see it, if burst is ever full and it slightly goes down if he gets hit, that'll prove me. That'll prove me. Nice. Stagnating with the red cubes, keeping you locked down with the staff. The throw! Oh no. Stuck in the corner. Try to play cool, wanting to find a way out. Goes for the close slash, daggers, gets counter at 5H, and that should be death. Yeah, again, it's scary. It's scary, because like, whilst you're chasing them down, he's just healing back. And Testament doesn't really have chase tools for characters like Chip when it comes to the airspace, you know? Like when Chip's double jumping about, they have a hard time chasing that. And we're seeing Vena, with the same type of mentality on Asuka, is doing exactly that game plan. For my next match, Jesus Christ. It's very Vena coded though, we'll say that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and the other thing as well, he doesn't do a lot of damage either. So if he can play patient against a lifesteal character rather than passive life, he doesn't even worry about the character catching up. That's death. Vena up to, oh my goodness. Alright, back into it. 2-0 Vena. Ooh. Okay, so we're seeing, again, the patience. The patience. Both Grands players versus Panda and 2 people. Brother. That was, how about like me versus the 2 Grands players? That sounds brutal but fun. That sounds very brutal but fun. Like, whoever gets into Grands, I need to fight both of them. Yeah. Oh, nice, good hit. In fact, if Gecko is still about, Gecko, you want to back me up? We'll take on Grands as a duo. It'll be awesome. Oh, great, some IRC! Aye, through the wall. Backing up. Sends out the projectile, tries to jump in, gets the back throw, Kero. Getting some decent healing off that, that's for sure. Keep the pressure on, gets the overhead. Baits the burst, however it was a gold burst, so he's safe. Vena gets that, baits the burst. Beautifully done. Set point for Vena. Kero. Bit of face elimination. Up against a very passive Asuka. My mind would be going insane right now. Like, how do you get him? He's too passive. Zero ulterior motives. Yeah. Is an art of the devil. Yeah, no, he has access to double jump, teleport, and double air dash. That's so much movement. That is so much movement. I don't even think Chip has that movement as a base character. What? Oh my, that was same side? What the? That's absurd! 6H into the combo, and that should be drops it because of the extra gravity. You gotta keep that in mind. This mode has slightly extra gravity, but Vena gonna be taking that set 3-0. Heading in loser semi. Heading into it, winners finals. This is gonna be an exciting one. The Valentine sisters battling it out. RubyPrison up against Son. Elphelt versus Ram. And these builds, again, very interesting. We've got damage, lifesteal, Elphelt on the right, so healing off of every Ricka hit, keep that in mind, absurdly high. The only thing she hasn't healing off of is grenade and gunshot. Up against Son, who's running meter gain, damage-based positive bonus Ram. So Meter is all on the side of Sun. Ruby is on the side of taking your health. And considering how many hits Elphelt does in a combo to do with the Rickas, I can imagine her getting a lot of health back from one combo. Good jump over. Oh, 5Ps. Oh, what yes! Denying the airspace, and that should be death. We aren't seeing the health kicking just yet, but that's because Ruby isn't getting the tons in yet. We aren't seeing that. We aren't seeing the turns come into play. Ew. That's a lot of damage, man. Yeah, that's also counter hit Ramlethal as well. Look at that. That's the counter hit build as well. Same side. Yeesh. Do you burst? No. Oh, nice PRC. Able to get the punish, get the kill. And Sun goes up 1-0. But we're back into it. Sun up 1, and again, scary build for Ram. Damage based, meter based, counter hit based. Do not get hit by any of these counter hit normals, which Ram has an abundance of amazing counter hit normals. JS is great, Far Slash is great, 5H is great. Oh, 6H is also good, but no sword. But despite that, with the lack of a sword, look at the damage. Yeah, if I'm RubyPrison, I think I'd be blocking up a little bit more. Those counter hits are dangerous. They're lethal. They're lethal. I believe someone said in a Gecko stream, Ram lethal build. But they were running something else. I think it was like pure damage based. Sword toss into the throw. Into another throw, and that should be death. Oh yeah. Who is on one more to go? My goodness, as this continues. Ram looking scary in this mode. As we continue, one more to go. RubyPrison could be facing elimination into the loser's side. And we're seeing how little the build is coming into play. It's unfortunate because it is a good build. It's just getting to the point of landing a hit. It's not happening. Counter hit Ram just killed it 2 hits. My goodness. Oh no, it's another counter hit. Look at the damage on account. Ay, 50%. Oh no. Oh, RubyPrison stuck. Good challenge. Lifesteal coming into play. Yeah, look at that. The lifesteal really coming into play. Actually basically tying up the health. Good blocks. You've got to give Sun that. The defense is always good. Oh, PRC bro. Trying to jump out. You can see the scarcity, and unfortunately RubyPrison will be heading to the loser's side as Sun continues on to Grands. Kind of a classic here to see Sun continue on as much as he does. Back into it! We've got Vena up against Xandra in loser semis. So we're seeing Xandra not playing the Eno, but playing the Elphelt with a very movement based build as well. Going for counter hit poison, but the double jump, well, triple jump, and the fast movement speed. And that's probably to get in on Vena. However, it's not coming into play just yet. Hey. Yeah, they'd have to find other people who grind it. This is true. This is true. Yeah, I'll check there. I'll check chat. Can you DQ? Oh. Okay. So we won't be having a losers finals. I'll keep that in mind. So both of these players are playing for top 2 right now. Or top 3. Whoever wins this will get into Grands. That's the best way to put it. No losers finals for this tournament. We're already seeing, my goodness, Vena off to the races. Up 1 in the set. Back into it! We've got Xandra deciding to swap, still keeping the same build that we had on the Elphelt, where it's basically very movement based, but we're on the Eno. And what's interesting about this is that both players are very squishy now. There is no health or defense or damage advantage here. They're both very equal in terms of that. And we're seeing Vena cashing out to that, because now he doesn't have to play stall. He can play for the kill, because it's fairly easy to get the kill now. Whew. Nice. Keeping on the projectiles. Goes for the low. Nice 2D. Vena. Already up 1. Needs another round to go up 2. Beautiful JD. Oh my goodness. Getting a lot for this. Xandra, stuck in the corner, has to defend her way out. Getting caught by the red cubes. The stalling method. Very scary to deal with. Look at that. She can't contest. Despite also having the double jumps to chase. It is so difficult to contest. It's just like that. Vena's up 2-0. Do you change the build, Xandra? Head into it. We got a shocking case. Same build. But Zao. And the main thing that's got me curious, can he do double fly? Because you've got the build on. Can you double fly? Oh, back throw. No mana. Wait. Look at the damage. What the hell? Yeah. Can he fly? Oh, shimmy, yeah. The movement is so good on Vena. It's almost like he was waiting for this mode, if I'm honest. Like, now that he has access to all this movement, you see him utilizing it to the fullest. It's kinda absurd, if I'm honest. It's kinda absurd. Yeah, what do you read, Zao? Alright. Can he do a double air fly, though? I'm so curious. Because he's got the passive. Oh. Bowing past, vanishing to die. When it all mixes up. Go burst. Oh, got caught in the jump. Yeah, I felt like Xandra was like, yeah, I'm gonna have a bit of fun. I'm gonna mess around. But in the end, Vena will be heading to Grand Finals, as there will be no losers final set. Ruby decided to DQ. Here we go, Grand Finals. A battle between the Movement Asuka up against the brutal Ramlethal. Again, we're seeing the same builds as always. Meter gain Ram with poison and the counter hit buff. Up against Vena, who's running the movement-based Asuka. Ton of movement in the bag. Can run about like mad, can air dash like mad, double jump like mad. Point being, hard to catch. Is Ram gonna make the thumbnail again? Nah, I think I'll give it Asuka. Nice, big throw. Another big throw. Goes for a solid tech here. Able to combo well. Ooh, 6-speed denial. Able to get a combo here. Keep in mind, Asuka does have some good defense utilizing the mana. However, with this damage Ram build, it's a little hard to keep that mana high. Yeah, for the wall. Sun already up 1-0. And Vena may not run this build, may swap to something else. But here we go, 1-0 Sun. And we are seeing no changes to the build. Vena confident in his passive health and burst regen, mixed in with the movement. Overhead, pressure in a way. Say keep the stagger offense going, no anti-air, backing up. Oh. Good burst. Oh, again put in the corner. Just like Sun's able to capitalize, gets a good combo. Should be able to put you through. Decent damage dealt. There's only so much Vena can do with that passive health regen. Gets it. Mana's low. If he gets caught, that health is going to turn to nothing. Water battle, not a bad idea. You got 2 bars because of the meter gain passive. However, look at that. That's death. That's death. No mana against damage Ram. Death. And that is looking to be a 2-0 coming up. Unless Vena comes up with some idea here that he's not experimenting with. To turn it around. Oh! Jumps in. Nice denial with the 6B. Deflect. Sword toss. And look at that. No mana. Wait. Oh my god. Imagine if Son had a bar in the bag. My goodness. That might have killed. That might have killed. With the beam? The beam super? With the poison? Nah. That might have killed. Trying again. I mean, it's not a bad idea to just roll these RCs about. You've got the meter to do so, right? You've got the meter to just roll these RCs about. Oh my god. Is that combo because of the gravity scaling in this? Because I don't think she gets that normally. Beautiful 2S. And just like that, Son! Up 2-0, 1 more to go to be the usual winner of Pandamonium. Potentially the last game if this keeps up, Son! 1 more to go to knock out Vena. And Vena changed up the build, going for that meter build with just faster movement. That's all we're seeing here. Vena just wants faster movement with health build, meter build, and burst build. However, what's scarier about this is that he no longer has his double jumps, right? He no longer has all that unless I'm wrong. Oh wait, no, he's got the jumps, he's got the movement, right? The thing he doesn't have is quicker grounded movement. He doesn't have that chip passive. Ooh, and we're seeing how rough that can be. Away for the wall, I'm thinking. Yeah. Son getting the kill. Set point. Unfortunately not able to play into the build just yet, but there is still plenty to do. Still plenty of room to learn. I mean, look how good the meter regen is in this mode. With that build, my goodness. Through the wall. Oh, dropped it! Nice. A lot off that. Son facing the offense. Stuck in the blender of cubes. Blocking up. Teleports. Backing up. Left, right. Gets you with the teleport. Oh my god. Vena's movement, despite nerfing it, is still insanely good. Got the gravity scaling as well in this mode. Still absurdly good for some characters. Domination. Good deflect. Gets a counter hit bar slash. Keep in mind this counter hit build damage is high on it. Look at that. Look at that. That's Mana Asuka with 2 defensive range there. Probably one of the tankiest characters in the game right now. To a high degree. 40%. Without mana, that was like 80% combo. Absurd. Nice. Backing up. Teleporting about. Gets hit. Mana's out. I don't think... Wait. That might be death. Oh, no RC. I think with RC you might have been able to kill, but who knows? Who knows? 1 HP. Deflect. Oh, and the 2k4 that kills. Son is your wacky Pandamonium champion with the build of Ramlethal. My goodness, if you guys enjoyed, be sure to like and sub, all that good stuff. But what a goddamn tournament I enjoyed, and I think I'm going to turn this into a bi-weekly. It's fun to host and I want to see more of it, and I'll catch you guys next time.